So, number one, we are rebuilding from scratch our home search website. Okay? Completely brand new design. Huge.
This is big.
We've hired the best UX UI designer I've ever worked with. He's worked at Apple, worked at Oracle, and he was the one who redesigned Realtor.com's home search website a couple of years ago, right? So this is a real industry pro. And our objective here, and one of the reasons we hired someone who actually has designed a website that was the one implemented as one of the national portals, is because we want to arm you guys with a home search website that is at parity and better than what the portals currently have, so you can compete directly with them, right? So you don't ever have to feel like you have an inferior website.
Every once in a while, so Chris and G and I will have a very high level strategic look at the roadmap, look at the tech roadmap, and we're producing this and we're producing that, and then by the end of the meeting we're like, we haven't slated like home search 3.0.
Yep.
And at some point you can't kick that can down the road any further. You always have to improve home search. Why? It's how the relationship starts. It's what people are looking for. It's also how we keep people coming back. And if the home search experience is not 2021, if it's 2011, people are going to search elsewhere and we're going to lose them out of your fishbowl. So this is really, really important. This project never ends. Refreshing home search every once in a while will never end in the lifetime of Ylopo.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and by the way, guys, I mean, I talk about how we're going to build this in Q1. First off, we would have built it in Q4 had it not been for HomeBot and all these other really cool things that just sprung up as opportunities for us, right? And, this is not easy at all. I'm going to show you screenshot by screenshot exactly why our home search is, I think, going to be superior than anything you can get on the market, right? But we are building this, just to give you guys some perspective, at Tiger Lead, we rebuilt our home search once, and it was a 1.5-year project. So the fact that we can do this in a quarter or two is a real credit to our CTO, Chris, and the rest of our engineering team. So with our home search experience, the first thing you're going to notice is that not only is it friendly on desktop, on mobile, we're cramming a lot of data in here in an organized way. One of the tidbits I learned on the home search side from our UX UI designer is that we used to do something called infinite scroll, right? Infinite scroll means that as you scroll down the page, we keep showing you more and more listings. Well, he told me this is actually the wrong approach. He's done research on this. And once he said it, it was very obvious to me. The reason is because how many people go on Google and type in a keyword and then go to page 3? No one, right? So if you scroll through a number of listings, you didn't find what you're looking for, you're going to go back and change the search, right? So what we did is at the bottom of our listing, or our search results, let me zoom back up. We actually are doing a pagination after the first 12 to 15 listings, and we are now going to recommend nearby searches that are popular, everything from price point to bedroom bath to school district to neighborhoods, and we think this is going to dramatically increase the engagement just from the search results page. Okay? All of this is 100% mobile optimized as well. Now, when we're talking about advanced search, this has been, I think, one of the most difficult challenges to overcome. And the reason for that is because, as you guys know, there's 1,000,001 different options for how you can do searches, right? And what I always get feedback on is clients who tell me, oh, I didn't know I had that search option. My clients didn't know how to look for this particular option, right? So what our UX UI designer helped us build is a 2-tier advanced search system. What that means is when you first click on the search button, it opens up into one layer that shows you all of the popular and most important search features that are out there, right? But as soon as you want to zoom in and click on more amenities or more features, it opens up into a second layer of search that allows you to see the details of all of the different additional options, and we can put in more layers and more layers and more layers, and that way we can have a very simple advanced search, but at the same time still have the complexity that you're looking for to make sure this is at parity with your MLS, right? On the listing details page, we've added a lot of elements that I think you guys are going to like that are going to go above and beyond just improvements to the UX UI. First off, you're going to notice at the very top there that as people are scrolling through photos, we've added a thumbnail option. That way they can jump straight to the kitchen photo or the bathroom photo or the backyard if they wanted to. One of the most requested features is on the right-hand side of our listing details page. We're going to add a tour this home feature, right? So just like you have that feature on Redfin, on Zillow, we're going to have that connected directly on your home search website. And when we do this, we will likely implement this so that it connects directly to your Google Calendar as well, so it can book the appointment for you. As you scroll down the page, we've rebuilt our map search area, which I'll show you in a second, but we also have rebuilt our financing calculator to make it very obvious to consumers how much it's going to cost to actually buy this home, give them a variety of different data points about their neighborhood. We license a ton of data to make sure that this experience really syncs. Finally, on your website, you are going to have a state-of-the-art map search. Okay, we have licensed neighborhood data, school data, subdivision data, right? And we're going to allow you to have as rich of a search as you see on Zillow or Realtor or any of these other websites to allow consumers to drill down into all of these layers, even while on mobile or on desktop. You know, and I think this is something that a lot of clients have given us feedback on that's so critically important.
Santa. From now on, you're Santa. Bringing us presents.
So all of these home search features that you're looking at here, our aspiration is to start working on them right away. We're going to start shipping these on a beta basis sometime within Q1. Just understand some of you are going to get these features sooner than others because of compliance issues, because we have to layer in different compliance elements as we go here, right? So for those of you who have very few compliance concerns or are willing to simplify your compliance concerns, you're going to be able to get your new branded site even faster. So I'm just going to put that out there as we put out calls for beta testers. All right, next major thing that we're working on. So we are already working on next generation Google pay-per-click with about 20 to 30 clients today, right? Throughout Q4, we will be expanding this test to more people. So watch out on the YSC. We already have a wait list or a beta tester list on this, but we're going to make that call out again. The reason Google pay-per-click is such a great complement to social media leads is that while the cost per click is higher, because this person actually had to go on Google and type in homes for sale in Los Angeles, Santa Monica, wherever the location is, they have search intent, right? And what we've actually seen from Raya, again, that's the standard that I use to look at lead quality, is that on average with search leads, we have a lower initial contact rate because we have bad phone numbers, right? That was one of the main reasons that I was against doing a lot of heavy search in the beginning. But there is actually about 50 to 70% more leads that are marked by Raya as ready for agent follow-up, right, in the first 30 days. So when you have social, which is about building out your database over the long term, combine that with search intent, I think you have the best of both worlds. Now,
and by the way, there are many markets. So kind of my rule of thumb, I always ask clients or potential clients, what percentage of your consumers, the people you speak with, are from out of town? This is an important question. And if it's north of, what would you say? I mean, I always, dumb rule of thumb, 50%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If it's north of 50% of the folks you're speaking with are from out of town, you really need to invest in experimenting with Google pay-per-click, for sure. And if it's north of 75%, 80%, I think you really have to be spending on pay-per-click.
100%, yeah. And so, and I mean, rough math, just so you guys understand, I mean, what we're seeing is that Google pay-per-click leads are about 1.8 to 2x the cost of social leads, right? So there are trade-offs to this. I mean, social leads are significantly cheaper. Would I take 2 social leads over 1 search lead? I would say that the data over time, if I had a year, bears out towards social, right? But all of us have a time frame. We have to get cash-on-cash returns, right? And so that's where the balance of the portfolio really works. Now, when we're doing Google pay-per-click, as you can imagine, our goal is not to just get to parity with the competition, right? If we're there, that's nice, but I'm not that excited about it. Right? So here are some reasons why I think our Google pay-per-click is going to be significantly better than what's on the market today. The first is that when it comes to Google, site speed really matters. Milliseconds really matter. That's because most of the traffic coming from Google, as throughout the rest of the web, is coming from, from mobile, right? And on your phone, milliseconds matter. The other thing is that when someone sees a Facebook ad, they're seeing something that's very visual, and when they click on that ad, they are clicking on a property they're interested in. Right? So at that point, you've already gotten some degree of trust because there's content they're interested in viewing. That consumer is willing to wait for a little bit longer for that content to load. On the search experience, if I type in home for sale in Los Angeles, they are choosing one option among 12 to 15 different options. You have no credibility with that consumer at that point. So if you click on that result and you are slow, they lose interest, they can click back out, and they can click on another link, and they have lost nothing. Right? So site speed really matters. Now, I'm not going to name names here, but you can see here, this is using a tool called GT Metrics, which in my opinion is the industry standard for looking at site speed. We have invested a lot of resources to make sure that our website, which is on the far left-hand side here, is significantly faster than the competition, right? So that's the #1 first advantage that we've already worked out. The second advantage is that if you were to work with an average pay-per-click company or agency, right, what they would do is they would ask you, well, what locations would you like to generate pay-per-click leads in? And you'll tell them, well, I want to generate leads in, for instance, Santa Monica. What do? Well, they build out campaigns for you for Santa Monica Homes for Sale, Santa Monica Real Estate, Santa Monica MLS, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But in reality, is Santa Monica Homes for Sale the only keyword of people who are interested in Santa Monica? No, because underneath Santa Monica, there are at least 13 different neighborhoods. Anyone searching for homes in those neighborhoods are also searching for Santa Monica. There's probably a dozen or 24 more subdivisions, and there's at least 3 additional school districts, right? Because we have all of that data, we are going to programmatically build out all of those keywords and campaigns for you as well. Right? Why don't traditional agencies do this? Because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. They don't have the ability to do it. The other reason is because this data always changes. Now, what we found is it's great to build out all of these campaigns, but if I'm bidding on a subdivision or a neighborhood, especially in an area that doesn't have a lot of units that are going on sale all the time, if someone is clicking on a keyword for, for instance, Ocean Park as a homes for sale, as a subdivision of Santa Monica, and there's no listings for sale, you're going to get 0 leads, right? So what our system is also going to do, automatically turn off areas that have less than 5 listings, we're going to turn it off. More than 5 listings, we're going to turn it on. All of this is going to be fully automated for you, right? The other major big difference that we're doing is we are using a proprietary system to automatically modify location bidding at the zip code level. This sounds very complicated. Let me explain what it means, right? We all know, let's take the keyword Beverly Hills Homes for Sale, right? What do you think is the more valuable click? A consumer who types that keyword in, who is residing in a zip code in Manhattan, or someone who is residing in a zip code in Iowa City, Iowa, right? Obviously Manhattan. I can say that because I grew up in Iowa City, Iowa, right? So every zip code in the country, for every single campaign that we run, right, has a propensity for lead quality. And this system, what it does is it will make up to 40,000, I kid you not, I've seen this technology, it will make as much as 40,000 bid adjustments based on all the zip codes in the country, leveraging data from a platform called Axiom, which is what we also use for Facebook targeting, right, to actually help you generate the highest quality lead based on the zip code of origin of where the consumer is coming from, right? This is really state-of-the-art technology. Really was not even possible 6 months ago, right? And what we're seeing is that we believe it's going to net across the board increase our conversion rates by about 15 to 20% across the board. So really, really exciting data, right? So the last part is, of course, we are fine-tuning Raya specifically for PPC. One of the things that you guys might have noticed even in the recent Raya communications is that you are getting more responses for Raya for the same type of conversation. The reason for that is we have actually hired a professional copywriter whose specialty is working on text message marketing, right? One of the things that he has educated us on is that text messages have to be short and sweet, right? And he has actually reduced the number of characters. We go down text by text, how many characters those texts are. He has helped us reduce the number of characters for our text probably by about 30 to 40%, right? And that has made a huge improvement on array of conversations. And right now, he is working on a whole set of campaigns for a variety of different situations all around PPC, right? So all of the things you're seeing here are ongoing tests that we're making. And I would say that by January of Q1, we will be ready to publicly release pay-per-click as part of our portfolio suite. But a lot of you will have an opportunity to be early testers as early as, I would say, mid-November to beginning of December. So just watch out for those emails and YSC posts to announce that. So the last thing I want to talk about as an exciting new development that we're working on right now is Mission Control 2.0, right? So when we first built out Mission Control, this was a year and a half ago, no, almost 2 years ago. At the time, just me thinking as a digital marketer, my team all thinking as digital marketers, we thought that the system was designed to be a digital marketing bid management system, right? It's a system that you guys can go in and control every part of your marketing. Well, when we looked at the stats, what we realized is that most of you don't want to control every aspect of your marketing. That's why you're working with the experts, right? And so instead, we are rebuilding Mission Control to be a platform that makes it really easy for you to visualize what's going on with your digital marketing and then make really easy, big decisions around your marketing, right? Things like I want to market a property. I want to go and use my agent tools like Open House. I want to see reporting. I want to manage my home search website. I want to access all my training. So push button interface for all of the aspects of Mission Control. What's also great about Mission Control as we're rebuilding it is that we are building it with a super admin all the way down control. What does that mean? It means that as an agent, someone on your team, they're going to be able to log on to Mission Control. There are certain things that they're going to be able to see, certain things they're not going to be able to see, right? One other critical feature is that we're going to allow them to put down their own credit card if they want to market a listing that you don't want to spend more money on. Whoa. Then as a team, as a broker, and then as a person that manages multiple expansion teams, you're going to have different logins into Mission Control and access to different features. So this is probably, again, one of our most requested features. We're completely building the design and look and feel of our digital marketing section to make it easier for you guys to make marketing decisions. There's some complicated things and there's some simple things, right? One of the simple things is a lot of people have told us it is really hard to know when a campaign is actually on or off, right? So you can see here we have green arrows for on, red, pause buttons for off. Again, all of these small things that our UX UI designer is helping us elevate. One of the feedbacks we've gotten from clients is that the most confusing part of Mission Control is how do you make decisions about your budget, right? I won't go into that in detail, but we are building out a whole new budget management process or screen that allows you to make decisions about buyer leads or new lead acquisition, seller acquisition, remarketing, how to market to different parts of your database and all that kind of stuff, and give you great guidance on all of that, right? We're also changing how location search works. Right now, a lot of people give us feedback that it's confusing because they can type in anything they want. They don't know what they've selected, what they haven't selected in the same user session. Have we actually accepted the different location options? So we're changing that as well, making it really easy for you to see when we built a campaign around a specific location, when it's still pending, or if we rejected it for some reason. So high-level features. Multiple levels of login and control, agents, admins, brokers, the ability for team members to pay for ads themselves, This is conceptual. Something Howard has wanted for a long time is a Ylopo lead dashboard, somewhere where you can actually see all of your Ylopo leads in one place, potentially push updates. You know, one of Barry's ideas just last night, he was still brainstorming and telling me ideas. One of his ideas is that you can create a smart list or a filter of your leads, push a tag into your CRM, and then that way you can see a list right in your CRM of those leads that you were focused on, right? So ideas like that. One of the things we're for sure going to have is a Raya inbox right inside Mission Control, right? That way you can see all of your Raya conversations in one place, probably your priority notifications as well, so that way you don't miss out on any opportunities, right? And then we're going to have really refined reporting features. Some of our clients want simple reporting. Some of our clients want to the decimal details about all of our reporting. We're going to build out as much reporting as you guys want, all within the platform, right?
Talking about the lead dashboard, the idea, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that we have way more data on what the lead's behavior is doing that nobody knows about. So like, you know, nuances like, you know, maybe they're looking at certain properties of certain times of the day and all these cool, like, detailed things that CRMs it's not relevant to a CRM to know that stuff. And so our idea was, let's allow you to drill down marketing concepts and then push a button so it tags the leads so that you still use your CRM, because this is not a CRM, right?
Not a CRM. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not a CRM.
Yep.
It's just a marketing research tool that helps you do lead follow-up.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah, so rough sense of time frame of the things that I've shown you today. I would say pay-per-click marketing is the thing that you potentially have the opportunity to try out first. I would say, again, sometime in Q4, beta testing with a January release date. Our home search website, we are going to have to build completely end-to-end before anyone can try it. So I would say sometime within Q1, you're going to be able to access a beta of those features. And with Mission Control, I suspect what we'll start doing is releasing these piecemeal. We'll make one big update, and then over time, we'll add additional features. But by the end of Q2, all of these things will be done, and we're going to release it to everyone. So very excited about everything we talked about yesterday and today. The last thing is future concepts. Woo! Just so you know, the things that the management team here, the product team, spends a lot of time brainstorming about. We don't know when we're going to do these things, but sometime in the next year or so, or maybe longer than that. I don't think in that time frame, so I don't know yet how long it's going to take. But we want to build out organic lead generation tools. One of the things that I'm most interested in is for Facebook to release an API to Facebook Marketplace. Marketplace is at this point crushing Craigslist as the preferred organic marketplace.
What do you mean by organic leads?
That means non-media driven leads, right? So just free leads.
Free leads.
Free leads.
There.
Free leads.
Free leads. Ways
Yes.
to produce free people, relationships, and get them into the Ylopo nurture system.
Yep, exactly. Something we call the Ultimate Listing Suite, which is going to be a lot of the technologies we already have with additions like, for instance, easy to generate flyers, editors, single property websites that are easy to make and all that kind of stuff. And on the product side, go ahead.
Sorry, on the Ultimate Listing Suite, this is where we listen to you guys, right? So as we're producing the Ultimate Listing Suite, we want to know where else are you spending money? Where would you like to not be spending money? Like, think about everything you need that's related to winning a listing and making your seller happy. And that's what our vision is for the Ultimate Listing Suite, so you don't have to work with 10 different companies. Even if it's something silly like flyers and brochures and single property websites and all that, that stuff's easy. We've already done the hard stuff. Let's just put in the easy stuff, and now you have the Ultimate Listing Suite. Great way to recruit agents, right? And there's so many different ways you can use it.
Yeah, 100%.
That are just annoying, right? It's just the stuff when you're running a listing, there's like those little insignificant items of the process that are just annoying to deal with. And one of the things you told me you wanted to do was make it easy for agents to run their business because listings are so important. And so a lot of people are going to find that it's not only a cost savings, but it's a cost savings because it's going to decrease workloads and just streamline
Press
their
a
workflow.
button.
Yeah.
Press a button. Go into mission control, press a button, boom.
100%. Yeah, so the